Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Miniart. It is molded in 1/35 scale and it copies quite unusual subject. As you can see, it is part of Buildings and Accessories series and it copies German gas station from 1930s, 1940s. You can see everything on the box art, and in my opinion it might be an interesting addition to the car kits from the same manufacturer. So if you would like to have some simple diorama, this might be an interesting choice, which is already available for purchase. We have here the commercial sample, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff what you will see here in this video. And of course you can get it in Model MX, for example. They should have it for sale already for quite interesting price, so I recommend to check it. So first of all, you can see that box size is more or less standard for Buildings and Accessories series. Here you can see comparison with my hand, and box art basically explains what we will have here. Then on this side we have some information about the kit, also barcode, address of the manufacturer, and on the other side we have some other kits from this series. So this one might be also interesting to combine it together with petrol station, but it will be up to you how you would like to use it. And the weight of this box is not that heavy, I would say, so it won't be let's say surprising because there are not that many parts, as you can see here. This is a top opening box. As you can see, lid is quite thin, so I would recommend to check everything before the purchase, even though here inside, just give me a second, inside you can see that we have plenty of space and parts are more or less intact. So just check the box for the external damage as usual, and it should be more than enough. Okay, so this is a sealed plastic bag. I'm going to tear it open. And here we have parts connected with rubber bands. As you can see, there are two connections, and also we have the small envelope with PE parts. So let's start with this envelope. As you can see, it has Miniart logo on the top, and I'm going to open it. And PE thread is quite small. Just give me a second to pick it up. Here it is. Here we have various minor parts which will be used for the fine detailing of this kit. And as you can see, it should be considered as a nice tiny bonus, but be ready to have some sharp tweezers, because otherwise it will be really tricky to install those parts in place. Next we're going to check those plastic parts. So just give me a second. As I said in the previous video reviews, I am quite happy to see that Miniart started to use rubber bands. These rubber bands actually help to hold everything in place, and it helps to avoid flying sprues in the plastic bag. It's not that cool when you see some broken off parts, but those simple additions ensure that everything stays in place. So here we have first plastic sprue. Let's zoom in. As you can see, there are a lot of small parts. First of all, we have here the fire extinguisher bottles. We also have some minor parts for the for some additional parts. As far as you can see, this is not an extinguisher bottle. This should be a compressor, maybe, because there will be also this engine stand on the top, but we will see it in assembly manual. Next, we have this small plastic sprue with various parts for the boxes and stowage pins. Again, from the other side you can see that there are no guiding pins whatsoever, so be careful while joining all this stuff together. Next we have two absolutely identical plastic frames. Those actually copy the leather, as far as you can see, and again, molding quality is more or less fine. Attachment points are thin enough in order to cut them off, or you can use the plastic saw, which will make it even easier and faster. And here we have another plastic sprue. This one is a bit wider than what we saw before. So as you can see here, we have the various tools which are used on the petrol station, and also some parts for the petrol station itself. You will see how to use them in assembly manual, but let's flip it over. Here you can see that some parts are detailed inside because they can be positioned open, and it might be used for some diorama ideas. Next we have here another set of plastic sprues. Let's zoom out again. So here you can see them. Again we have rubber bands, so I'm going to remove them. Blue color, by the way. So here on the top we have this plastic bag with decals and clear parts. And as usual for Miniart, they did not limit themselves with just one marking option, but we will talk about it a bit later, because here I would like to show you the clear parts. Just give me a second. So now you should be able to see it. As you can see, molding quality is more or less nice. Don't forget that Miniart does not include any masks for clear parts, so you have to cut them with your own hands. But molding quality looks really great. I don't have any complaints about this stuff. And next we have decals sheet. So as you can see here, and as I said before, we have all necessary symbols for various boxes. Also, as you can see, letters, etc., etc. So this simple stuff such as gas station, it still gets really nice detailing in decals. And I think that's the main feature of building a diorama sets from Miniart. So it will be handy for sure. And Miniart decals are usually nice, so I don't have any bad expectations here. Next we have two absolutely identical plastic frames. These, as you can see, are used for the drums, which should be glued out of several parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from the other side, as you can see, we have special guiding pins which will help you with proper position of the parts together. Okay. Next we have another plastic sprue which we saw before with various minor elements. Here you can see it from the other side. Next we have more parts for the fuel drums, because as you remember, both ends should be closed, so here you can see these parts. I'll bring it even closer so that you can see that we have writings here. Here you can check them in detail. It's a really nice touch, because not many plastic kits have this feature out of the box, but here we get it as a standard bonus, and it might be handy for some weathering ideas, maybe paint scratches or something else. Here you can see another last plastic sprue. This one is absolutely the same as what we saw from the previous batch, so let's put it aside. And next we have assembly manual. Let's zoom out a bit. So here you can see assembly manual. There is no history note, obviously, because there is nothing to describe, even though it might be interesting to learn more about German gas stations during those years, but as you can see, there is no information. There is a safety information, there is a parts map, there is some legend for the science, and next we start assembly with a fuel drum. So as you can see, the title should be hidden inside, and in my opinion it's quite a sad part, I would say, because we basically hide such nice detailing inside, and I'm not sure why it was done like this, because basically you won't be able to see what is written there. Next we continue with petrol station itself, and as you remember, it's a huge tower with openable doors, and here you can see that you can open doors or close doors, and here you can see that you have to use special parts, PE parts, in different positions for open or closed position. Also PE parts are applied here and also here on the fuel counter. Next we continue with fuel drums. There are several versions, and here you can see air compressor. As I said before, again we join two halves together for the oxygen bottle, then we add wheels, stand, handle, engine, and you're done. Then here we have again fuel cans with PE handles. Next we have this shelf, so it's not the leather, it's shelf. Here you can see the posters in science, and basically it means that you can cut off those small pictures and use them in diorama, place them on the wall or do something else. That's also quite a cool inclusion. Here you can see some ideas on the painting of the fuel drums, but of course nobody stops you from using something different, because there were a lot of different marking options, let's say. So it will be up to you how you would like to paint your fuel drums. And here you can see several, let's say, marking options for the petrol station. It can be in bright orange and yellow, it's a shell, and also Leuna, it's a white and red color combination, but again, choice is after you. And here you can see some paints which should be used for this build. As you can see, paint numbers are provided in Vallejo, Mr. Color, Life Color, Tamiya, AK Interactive, Mission Models, Hataka, and also just basic color names. So definitely you will be able to find the one you use in your builds. And that's all for this kit. In my opinion, this is a quite useful package for those who would like to enhance the appearance of their car kit. And I think the price is quite reasonable. You can check it on Modelimac's website. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.